people in it.
Ma, please. If not, I'm going to spend my entire vacation worrying about you.
Dorothy, I'll be fine. Besides, it'll be nice to have the house to myself. I can vacuum in the nude. Now get out of here. Take care, Sophia.
Honey, I'll call you the minute I get to the hotel.
No, I want to go. Lydia looked so peaceful.
We're not in this life for peace.
You're crying.
No, I'm not. I don't cry.
I can see your tears.
And I can see yours. You know what that tells me?
What?
You're not as ready to die as you think you are. You still want to live, kid.
Some kid.
And for the life of me, I can't imagine why so many people have abandoned it.
Boy, neither can I.
But if you just want to be friends.
No. I mean, can we try again? Maybe start over?
I think I'd like that. Well,
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to join Dorothy and Stanley and blah, 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 followed by rings and into the vows.
Dorothy, I vow to you that my love is pure.
She took him by the throat. She said if he ever tried that again, she would shoot him through the head.
Just because he made a pass at you?
Oh, did I forget to mention that the man was my sister's husband? I'm going to bed.
Ma, you can't.
Yes, she can. But then who wouldn't? He's sensitive, he's caring, and he thinks I'm neater than hard salami.
Did he actually tell you that, Rose?
I shouldn't have repeated it. It was said in a moment of
Out! Oh, Rose, I'm sore because I was using your exocycle.
I'm talking about this picture.
Oh, my God. Where did you find this? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. My hair, it looks like a helmet.
Blanche!
It's all bunched up and...
Elvis, I am not interested.
And the world heaves a collective sigh of relief.
Just hit that music, girl, and follow my lead. Look into my eyes.
Unfortunately, when he got to Duluth, he took a left instead of a right, and he wound up back in St. Olaf. That's how he got his nickname, Wrong Way Geflückenflocken.
Rose, how is this a story about faith?
Well, when he got back, it was the dead of winter. Tired
I
and...
usually end up sitting next to a fat, sweaty man who insists on taking his shirt off. What kept you?
You want a hot dog, babe?
No, thanks.
Yeah, how about a sun visor?
No.
You want a nice cushion for your chair?
Leon?
No, it's just that sometimes rich people think more about money than they do about people.
Well, Richard's nothing like that, and I don't think he ever could be. He is simply the sweetest, kindest, most handsome man I've ever met. Only I do have a small problem with his money.
Why? You don't think you'll live long enough?
I heard footsteps and a man's voice and the alarm went off.
It was Lester. He accidentally set off the alarm.
Oh, I'm sorry. You shot my bones. I didn't shoot Lester.
I'd rather you shot Lester.
I think I'll pass on the nightcap, Blanche.
Go on home, you old fool.
I think I pushed the wrong button.
Rose, don't worry about it. Somehow, this Christmas it fits.
Loading up our woodies with the boards inside, then heading out singing our song. Come on, baby.
And kiss our new TV goodbye. Isn't that right, Mr. Longfellow? Yes, it is.
Listen, I have a great idea. It's a little strange, it's a little bizarre, it's slightly off the wall, but it just might work.
What is it, Dorothy?
Why don't we each take $20 from our pockets the minute I see him?
Well, he's right here. We can... Where'd he go?
Mr. Terrific's out on the ledge. Looks like he's about to jump.
Hey, where's everybody going? We've got a show to do. You're on.
I'm on in 5. 4, 3.
Nothing at all. Well, then how did you get over your fear?
I never did, but thanks to Dorothy, I now have new hope.
You see, Dorothy, Blanche is willing to face her fear. I think it's time you faced yours.
Rose, forget it. I am not going to have that surgery, and no one is going to make me change.
Balloons!
Ma, this does it. No more of this manhunt nonsense. I'm getting you a plant.
What a night.
Don't tell me about it. Sarah isn't Marvin's sister. She's his wife. She's dying, and she wants Ma to...
Lucky.
Not so lucky. The man in your bed is dead.
What?
Dead.
Oh, Sophia. He's not dead. I was just in there.
So was I. I went to put back your laundry. And I see there's a man on the bed, so I introduce myself. But he doesn't answer.
My name's Biff. I'm a drifter. My story isn't a pretty one, but it's one that needs to be told. It was 1950.
Of the air and the water. I mean, the problems are endless.
Dorothy, you can't talk like that to the president.
Watch me.
Well, sure, there are problems, but can't we just pray they'll go away by themselves? You haven't. Dorothy, if you make a scene, this whole thing is going to blow up in our faces.
Why do you say that?
Because something always does.
And he was having trouble carrying his sack.
I can't believe the response to my personal ad. It's terrible.
No one interested?
No one, period. 2 weeks, not one letter.
Hi, Sophia.
The hell goes on at night in this house?
Look, I know you are both upset, but nothing I have heard is grounds for firing the woman.
Oh, excuse me, ladies. Oh, by the way, Dorothy, a man called wanting to know if you were free Saturday night, but I forgot.
I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night. Thanks, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you, Harry. Have fun.
The man is a scuzzball.
Ma, the four of us have lived together for a long time. Now, how can you just walk in here and announce that? You're going to take it right back.
Dorothy, this is a sign. Maybe I'm supposed to make a miracle. Hey, maybe this is my shot at getting into the Bible.
Ma, the Bible is a done deal. Now, you can't keep it. He told me the truth about what happened.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I did. I told you so.
Honey, I'm sorry for not believing you. There's no excuse for my behavior.
There most certainly isn't.
I guess when it came down to it, I didn't believe you because I didn't.
Hey, the rain is supposed to relax me.
Is it working?
Not really. I keep worrying that I left my car windows down. Oh, Dorothy, I feel so helpless. I get upset every time I think about it.
Now, look, Rose, stop whining. You know that you're going to have to speak a lousy dollar?
That's the one.
Yeah!
I don't believe it. It's gonna be on TV. I've been trying to get us on that show for 6 months.
Oh, God!
That show is my favorite game show.
Oh, mine too, and I think Guy Corbin is the cutest host on TV. He's like Gene Rayburn, Chuck Woolery, and Bob Eubanks all rolled into one.
That's a...
Even if people aren't listening.
He should have taken you with him.
Anyway, after he was fired, he worked for an iron company. He sold other things, but horseshoes were his specialty. He had a sense of humor about it. We couldn't pass a horse without Charlie saying, "Can I show you something?"
But look, all I have is 220s.
Great. We can get appetizers. Okay, let's jam.
That's my boy.
That's my dad.
That's my money.
Dorothy, you gave him money again.
Oh,
Now remember, girls, as far as anybody else here is concerned, Jasper DeKimmel is in perfect health.
Right.
I'm surprised Jasper's not here tonight. He never misses one of these auctions.
Well, it's not because he's dying.
Been pumped into her.
I hate communism.
Of course you hate communism, Ma. It's because you were raised a fascist.
Blanche, where have you been? Blanche? Blanche? Blanche! Oh, you look just beautiful. Thank you for coming.
Oh, darling, I wouldn't miss this.
It's Ma. She's becoming more forgetful, and she denies it and she gets mad.
How bad is it?
Bad. It's not just a matter of small things anymore. I can't believe she forgot this dinner. I mean, every year since my father died, I've been taking her out to dinner on her wedding anniversary because she's alone.
Jerry, hello.
Hello, Rose. I'm sorry about all this. Oh, sorry. There's no need to be sorry. I'm a man who acknowledged you had a problem, and I'm seeing somebody about it. Now,
Goodbye, Stan. He's our mailman. We just allowed him to get a little too close.
Jerry, I'd like you for the pearl.
Neither. I'm going to spray paint it on my hump.
You see, Blanche, you don't know any more than I do. I've decided I'm going to run for fashion show chairman.
Well, you're just wasting your time. Who on that fashion committee is going to vote for you? I'm going to win.
Well, I don't see how that's possible. Everybody...
Well, at least I'm not bitter.
I always assumed I'd be kept by a younger man.
It's not too late. They get younger every day.
Well, yes, we have. It's in that box.
Shut up, Rose. I'm sorry you wasted a whole trip out here, but we're not handing out free gifts today. Why don't you drop by again in another 30 years or so, and we'll see what we can do.
They grow up so quickly, don't they? Besides that, I'm still in love with the man, and I can't let him marry someone else.
Is it me, or is the room suddenly getting darker?
Your mouth.
I was just trying to loosen up a poppy seed caught in my teeth with my tongue.
Well, it's driving me crazy.
Dorothy! Come here, Ed. Sit down here. Listen. What Dorothy is trying to tell you. What's that cologne you're wearing?
Psychiatry is not a science.
Then why did you suggest I see one?
Because what you have is not scientific. What else was I going to do? Send you to New Mexico to a shaman? There's nothing wrong with you, Dorothy, except what happens to all of us. In case you haven't noticed, you're not 30. Take a cruise, Dorothy.
Levi's.
Hell, that solves the mystery. They think Rose is a little kid.
What are we going to do? If she reads that letter to the press, she'll humiliate herself.
We certainly can't tell those Russians the truth.
Why not?
Because they will use it as a propaganda ploy to convince the whole world.
What's wrong?
What makes you think there's something wrong?
Oh, please, Stan, we were married for 38 years. You can disguise your bald head, but you can't hide your emotions. Now, what's wrong?
I lost it, Dorothy.
You never had it, Stanley.
It's just that I really wanted to come to this restaurant. I didn't mean to eat behind your back.
I was going to take you to a lovely restaurant tomorrow night.
I know. Captain Sam's Twilight 2-for-1 special. Nice piece of perch, your choice of potatoes or rice.
Dorothy, Rose, talk to me. You girls have got to believe me.
We believed you once, Blanche. We're not falling for it again.
Falling for what? I told you the truth.
Oh, Blanche, come off it. You really expect us to believe that Gil was...
Not now, Blanche. Dorothy, I know you've done the right thing. In the animal kingdom, the whole idea is to teach offspring to fend for themselves. Humans are the only ones who think it's their duty to care for children their entire lives.
You know, Rose, sometimes...
He's really nice.
He is. We've had a wonderful time together these past few weeks. You know, girls, I really like him. And I think he likes me.
Just don't ruin it and sleep with him.
Of course not, Ma. I only do that with men I plan to scar psychologically.
Good morning, Dorothy.
Don't start, Rose, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. That good morning crack was way out of line.
Oh, no, it's me. I was up all night.
The world's fastest human being.
Dominic Tanzi.
It says Jesse Owens here.
Trust me, it was Dominic Tanzi. He got 4 women pregnant in one night. 2 in New York, 2 in New Jersey.
Girls, I am so excited. I am finally going to do something you've heard me talk about doing for years. Well, you agreed when I said it.
Ladies, let me explain. You know I should have made my choice long ago, but the truth is you each inspired me so well. I wish I could continue seeing you all, but I understand why that is unacceptable. Therefore, my choice will have to be...
Laszlo, before you make your choice, just let me...
If you don't mind, I would like to see this, Michael.
You and the rest of Miami. Sorry, the entire engagement is sold out. Michael!
Do you know who that is?
Sure, it's the guy from the Pepsi commercials.
Pepsi commercial.
Listen, Rose, I was wondering, if you're not busy Saturday afternoon, the university is playing Shostakovich.
Oh, I'd love to go. And I'll bet we beat them.
Rose, honey, it's not a team, it's a composer.
Calm down. I just ran into Harry Weston. They're all leaving town, and they needed someone to watch Dreyfus. I volunteered.
Yeah, well, unvolunteer.
Why, you think I can't do it? You think I'm irresponsible?
Yes, Ma.
You think I'm forgetful?
Yes, Ma.
You think I'm irresponsible?
You already said that.
That's emphasis. You never heard the I Have a Dream speech?
Oh, boy, some people.
What's wrong, Blanche?
Oh, Dorothy, nobody gives a damn about this Save the Wetlands thing. I sat in that booth of ours at the mall for 3 hours. Not one soul came by and asked for information. What we need is some kind of swamp gimmick, like, guess how many leeches are in the jar?
Besides, I've seen the way you all drive.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
It was nice of your folks to let you join them in Hawaii.
Yeah, they've never ignored me on an island before.
David, you listen to me. Now, they want the 3 of you to start over from scratch, so the least you can do is meet them halfway.
I'll try.
Need something to do with my life. I never think of myself as old, but everyone else does. Maybe I am old and useless, and terrified.
I just had an idea. Little Slice of Sicily's a family restaurant, and a mother-daughter commercial would be great. How'd you like to be in it?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to check my schedule. You see, I'm a substitute teacher.
Please, so someone else sets up the driver's ed cones.
All right, Ma.
Back the rest of my life. It's very oily.
What about dinner tomorrow night, Dorothy? Say about 8?
Perfect. We'll go to Jack's Crab House. It's wonderful.
Well, girls, is this dress going to stop traffic or what? Oh. Hello there.
It's Southern.
Sleeping with your brothers is Southern. Does, Rose, does. We're running out of time.
Sophia, if you hated your sister, would you clean the house?
I'd put Vaseline on the tips of her walker.
Anyway, that's when I decided it's about time I fulfilled my lifelong dream to join those daring men who soar above the earth.
You want to be an astronaut?
Oh, no, I don't like to go to the bathroom in my suit. I want to be a traffic reporter. I want the name Isaac Newton to be remembered.
Can lose their looks.
Not in Sicily. In Sicily, if you're born beautiful, you stay beautiful. The whole town sees to it. They check up on you, they encourage you, they never let you slip. That's why we were so happy when Dorothy was born.
Oh, Ma.
Who needed all those people bothering us all the time?
Blanche.
Well, you hurt me with what you said. Oh, Dorothy, let me get you somebody hot off my A-list. Somebody tall, good-looking, goes with everything.
Doug?
How about an ex-race car driver, speaks 5 languages, has 3 car dealerships, has a slight limp so he can only dance in a circle, but that works?
I don't know. Dorothy, am I doing the right thing? Here I'm going to marry Rose. I don't even know if I can live with her. I mean, what if she leaves every light on in the house at night? Or just doesn't turn off the faucet so that it drips all night long? Or just stands there and stares into the refrigerator? Just stares. Oh, Dorothy, my God.
Tax or cancer or anything like that. There should just be a certain age where you have to turn your life in, like a library book. You pack a bag, you go, and that's that.
I wouldn't know what to pack. Of course, you know, the real question is, do they have dry cleaners there?
When dry cleaners die, there's probably a slew.
I am having a good time.
Well, thank you, Steve. Now, here's the vitamins. Take them when you get up.
Oh, but sometimes I get up at 4 a.m. to, well, you know.
I know, boy, do I know.
Yeah, but I'm sure afterwards Stevie doesn't yell, "Help, come get me, my feet are asleep."
I also don't know how much more I can take of Sophia treating me this way.
Hi, everybody, I'm back.
Hi, Ma. Did you have a nice walk?
Yeah.
Well, where'd you get the skateboard?
Oh, yeah. I guess there's some kid at the park with an umbrella.
Well, I guess we're on. Well, we better get going, Ted. We want to get a parking space at the nude beach before all those perverts show up.
See you tonight, Doctor.
Well, that was pretty embarrassing.
I know, Dorothy, but what could I do? He just practically threw himself.
Come in?
Could you give me a hand?
Well, sure.
That's okay. I'll use this.
Come in.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you do, John? I'm Dorothy. I'm Blanche. Oh, Ma, I remember when I was a little girl playing out in the street. I can still hear your voice. Dorothy, fix your dress. The whole neighborhood can see your business.
Sounds like me.
Ma, we don't have too much time.
Okay, let's get in the kitchen. I want to show you that...
Don't want to be a husband? Why, you let me know. Bye.
Oh, me. Big Daddy's only been gone for a year. Here I am already selling off his things.
It has to be done.
I know it. I just didn't realize how seeing these things would bring back so many memories. Like Big Daddy's Bible. Never went anywhere without this.
Fluven, Hooven, Meister, Garben, Gerben, Fleckman.
That's the loss.
So, what do you say, babe? Partners?
Goodbye, Stan.
Okay. I get the message. I guess I'm just not a person you want in your life.
Oh, I better get the dessert.
Oh, she sure left in a hurry.
Hey, who told her to feed me cabbage?
Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Please. Okay, honey, just a second. Ma, he wants to talk to you.
Hello, Mike.
I've known the hundreds of memories I have of just the two of us, eating ice cream on the stoop of our building, or going through the drawers at Grandma's house, or dressing up like the Bronte sisters. How those memories fill me with joy. Oh, but I don't know. It's so hard to trust him.
I know what it's like to trust somebody who's betrayed you. You're not going to believe this, but I have a St. Olaf story about this.
I believe you. I just hate you.
Well, Gunhild Bjorndunker, St. Olaf's tallest woman.
He died visiting. That's what you tell her.
Visiting. Right. Visiting. That's good. I just can't believe he's dead. I don't think she's home.
It rang once.
You hired the angel of death from Shady Pines.
Ma, don't be ridiculous. She is not the angel of death. She is a private nurse with excellent references. And for the last time, Shady Pines is a very reputable rest home.
I'm telling you, Dorothy, they used to pre-sell our bodies to medical schools.
Dorothy, Sophia, I told the news director I was interested in the reporter's position, and guess what he did?
A Danny Thomas spit take?
No, he's giving me an actual news story to cover as an audition.
Sajak off Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's because he has his own late-night talk show now.
Oh, yeah, right. The man spins a big wooden wheel for 8 years. Suddenly, he's discussing détente with Henry Kissinger. What else happened lately? Mike Tyson hosting Masterpiece Theater?
Now, many times.
You did?
You didn't?
No. Oh, it was nice. I mean, being near Charlie was nice. But it was 5 years before I knew what made your eyes go back in your head.
Another scene like you did at the funeral.
Scene? What scene? It's not my fault the klutz tripped over my foot and nearly fell into an open grave.
You didn't have to yell, "Start shoveling, boys," as he tried to get up. Sophia?
Dorothy, do you hear a dog howling?
Jim, I think it's nice how things are working out for Rose and Miles.
Well, it had to happen sometime, pussycat. Rose found a man. And pretty soon, Blanche will find a man. And before you know it, you...
But you... When Martha takes those pills or whatever and the life drains out of her, you're going to be in that room alone. What are you going to do, Ma? How are you going to feel?
I don't know, but I'll deal with it.
When my time comes, I sure want somebody to put me...
money it has coming to it?
And I'll bet you do a fine job of it.
Thank you. However, I have no personal stake in this whatsoever. Now, is that understood?
Oh, yes, yes. You bet, my man.
Then cut the crap, paisan.
So I'm the one musketeer. I'll make new friends.
You won't believe the horrible thing I just heard on the radio.
Oh, Rose, we go through this every time. This is merely a test in the event of an actual emergency.
No, the news! I was just listening to the news, and the cheese man isn't dead.
Blue skies of Hawaii smile on this our wedding day.
Well, thank you, Mrs.
Charming, you are the anti-Trump.
Excuse me, Dorothy, but Mr. Griffin really hates it when people kiss up to him. Isn't that right, Your Excellency?
Absolutely right. And just for that, no parting gifts.
All right.
They're the in crowd. Look, the Senior Citizen Center is divided into 3 cliques. The hip group, the not-so-hip group, and the broken hip group. Which group would you want to be in?
Oh, Ma, when I was a kid, you always told me it wasn't important to be a member of a popular clique. You always said just be yourself.
Sure. In the over 80 category, you don't have to be. We were the only couple who could do the mambo without a walker.
Don't believe her. Your mother has some great moves. I'll see you tomorrow, Sophia.
Okay, Tony, take care. Give me a break, would you? Nah, Cesar Chavez, I got hungry.
They're giving you a hard time, too.
Nah, I just can't pick out a decent nectarine. This way they do it for me.
Why don't you just ask for help?
Help? You know who helps old broads like us? Boy Scouts and cartoons. We gotta look after ourselves. They giving you any trouble?
I can't get a...
Mammy Eisenhower. I think only the Nixon kids got to call her that.
Anyway, Mammy says she's going to be in town in a few days and she wants to see me.
You don't sound very...
Whoa! Sophia, were you looking? No, actually, that's when you stepped off. But I know it's not a good sign when the first rebound goes into the low 120s.
Oh, Blanche, honey, don't worry. All you need is a little spring tune-up.
And I suppose you...
Excuse me, more guests.
Don't tarry.
I love the way you British talk.
Well, hurry back and I'll say more words.
Oh. I guess I did invite every male in town.
Positive, you left it on the couch.
Oh, we gotta find that jacket. This is driving me crazy. All right. I wasn't gonna say anything, but since it's kind of my fault, I'll pay for a new jacket out of my share.
What do you mean it's kind of your fault?
Do you know where the jacket is, Sophia?
What did you do with it, Ma?
Stand back. I know how to use this.
I haven't met anyone as good and decent as Rose since Pat died. And I think I'm falling in love.
Begged her to come back to her.
So I guess you're not going to see him again.
Oh, yes. Yes, I will.
What? Listen, Pussycat, it's been a long time since you've been out on a date. And it's quite possible you can no longer judge a good one from a bad one. So let me be of help. Bad date, Dorothy. Bad. Okay. All we've done is fight for the last 3 weeks. What do you say we call a truce?
Okay, a truce.
Oh, hi. Hi, Tony. You know him? Know him? He's my boyfriend. That's my new roommate.
Call.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the air with Dr. Kelly. I need your first name only.
My name is Cher.
And your problem, Cher?
I have a 55-year-old daughter named Dorothy. Dorothy Spornak. She's got problems.
We will. Fine. Oh, that jerk! Trying to intimidate us. Just who does he think he is? What is it, mouth?
Back home, most people start off with how do. To be here.
Well, looks like we're all here.
Oh, there's my date now. Why, he must be lost. I'll just go get him and bring him over.
Tell me, where are you from, Raoul?
It's a...
You know what you said about not trusting people made all the sense in the world. I should go tell Joey the same thing.
Honey, it may not be the same thing. Joey didn't lie to you. He told you the truth.
I guess.
Sounds to me like you two just had a little misunderstanding. Not 5 years of deliberate betrayal of trust!
Girls, I'm really worried. Usually by the time I finish the cheesecake, I can solve any problem I'm trying to beat. This time I'm coming up empty.
Then why is the top button of your skirt open?
I'm talking about selling the house. I just don't know if it's the right thing to do.
Well, honey, morning to help with this fundraiser.
That's what being a Sunshine Cadet is all about.
I know, and I so admire your motto, spread it around.
That sunshine, Blanche. Spread sunshine around.
Whatever. Daisy, Mrs. Nyland put some things out on her bed before she left. You know what? I think tomorrow after class I will talk to Professor Cooper.
Good girl.
Whatever happened to your teacher, Mrs. Lenhoff?
Oh, gosh. Last I heard, she retired from teaching, opened a bed and breakfast someplace in Rhode Island.
Oh, stop your complaining. Mike was a very nice man.
He burned down a diner in Arkansas because his eggs were runny.
Blanche, I think you owe Dorothy an apology.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Don't you tell me to shut up.
Okay, I will. Shut up, Rose.
Doctor, you see the way they always go.
And it happened during a big rainstorm.
Rain.
Yeah. Which caused a mighty flood that covered all the land.
Oh, come on. Blanche, nobody in his right mind is going to believe this story.
This is going to St. Olaf.
Which caused a mighty flood.
Amen.
Each other.
Rose, we both answered an ad to share Blanche's house that we found in the supermarket. It was not the resurrection. It is hardly a miracle.
To me, it was a miracle because we're happy. It's not fair, you know. I mean, we get married, we have kids.
Now, Bobby, you don't have to write that last part. That was just a come on. Look, I'm sorry to take up your time at this hour, ladies, but I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, of course. I am single. I'm free on Saturday night. And I can arch my back until my head touches my heel.
Here comes one.
Too short? Next. Clayton, you're not playing fair. That's a man.
A lot.
Well, then why don't you go to the hospital?
Because when he got sick, it scared the hell out of him.
And you did what you always do. You ran. Blanche, it's time to stop running.
You really think so?
Absolutely.
You're right. I will. Oh, Dorothy, you...
Back in dog patch.
Do you approve of what Lucy did?
No, but I am not passing judgment. Honey, things are very different these days. Now, she seems like a level-headed girl, and who knows, maybe she did fall in love.
That's right, Rose. She doesn't do this sort of thing all the time.
Sophia, do you think...
Obviously, I'll just have to cancel.
Blanche, I can't believe this.
You two don't really expect me to limit myself to one man now, do you?
Well, when it's one terrific man, yes.
Well, then I guess you two just don't know me very well.
Blanche, this is the best relationship you've been in the last 5 years. Now, why do you want to ruin it?
Because it's never gonna...
Home phone number. If you really want that degree, you'll use it. You catch my drift?
Oh. Oh.
Whose hair do I wash next?
Mine.
I'm first. I'm the dirtiest.
Oh, God, you are gorgeous. Yes, I know. I am Eduardo.
Oh, Eduardo, tonight is very important to us. We want...
Yes, just a sea view and plenty of privacy. Isn't that right, darling?
No, Daddy didn't.
Excuse me, I'll call you back. Blanche, I'm not sure I want to see you. I reckon you spoke your piece already.
Daddy, I've been thinking, and I think I'm starting...
Really?
And I saw her eat some sausages and peppers.
I saw her eat some fettuccine alfredo and fried mozzarella.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and then this afternoon she had the cannelloni and the mushrooms with gorgonzola.
Bring her a plate of those. Those were great. Rose, go.
Oh, and the milk duds. Remember, you had those 2 boxes of milk duds.
I'm afraid I just gave those 2 rooms away.
But we had a reservation.
Until 3 a.m., you're late. Therefore, the reservation is null and void. I'm sorry, that's company policy.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm from Sicily. You know what our company policy is? First, I break your knees.
Ma. Look, forget about the reservation. Just give
Leave her alone. I'm sure she feels bad enough.
Thank you, Rose. Oh, honey, do we have any orange juice?
Sure. Would you like me to pour you a glass or have Sophia come in and bring you the refrigerator?
Enough.
Pussycat, I moved that safe to the attic like you asked me. The market's in Miami. If it was in Phoenix, I'd be going in the sun.
Now, Sophia, Rose asked a perfectly sensible question.
Am I the only one she caught by surprise?
Ma.
Rose, I'm going to buy a nectarine. I go to the market every day to buy a nectarine. At 82, that's life. A round trip on the number 6 bus to buy...
Grand. Just grand.
You know, Blanche, this is like a perfect family. Well, almost perfect. Maybe someday there'll be room for...
Mad at you.
Oh, well, I can accept that. If you're still going to give me another chance, because I still want to try to be the best grandma in the whole world.
Does this mean I can start calling you Grandma again?
Oh, of course you can.
Life. Which makes you the most pathetic human being on this planet.
Well, I love Elvis.
Oh, Blanche, I would be honored if you would be the first member of the Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love fan club.
I graciously accept and promise to do a good job as president. No, ma'am, that was me.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ask the towel lady.
Well, we're about to find out. Here come the candidate and his campaign manager now.
Good afternoon. I'm here to respond to the media speculation that I am having an affair with an unidentified woman. I have been the subject of many scurrilous...
So I hear we only get you for 3 days.
Well, that depends.
On what?
On how my mother feels about my having the baby in Miami.
Here? So close to Cuba?
I thought I could do it alone, but now that it's almost time...
I'm glad. You know, we've been so worried about you.
Well, I guess you can cry just so long and eat just so much. Then you have to pull yourself together and get on with your life. Besides, there'll be other Richards. Of course, they won't be as charming or as handsome or as rich. I better stop. I'm starting to depress myself again. Sophia, look!
I swear I will. Too much pressure. Moving on. Okay, here's another good one. Recent widower seeks widow. I am handsome, intelligent, and possess great style. I am also incontinent, but have learned to laugh about it. Well, that's a keeper.
Actually, I spoke with the demolitions guy. BH stands for blast here.
Okay, boys, upstairs we go.
Wait a minute, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Look, I'm a patient man, but your friend is trespassing, and I'm having her hauled out of here.
Let's go, boys.
You hold it!
Honey, are you feeling better? A little. I tried this technique I read about to cheer myself up. You stand in front of a mirror and you tell yourself, I love you, and then you give yourself a great big hug.
Yeah, my son Phil used to do that all the time.
Tough room, but don't worry, I'm highly qualified. By the way, what actually does an activities director do?
Well, basically, you'll pop in the video rental, be a force for bridge, a buddy. If you do well, we'll have trouble telling you from the other residents.
I could do that.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be in my office. Oh, by the way...
Would you like to see it?
Is it a two-piece?
Yes.
No.
Oh, this is just so exciting. I love construction workers. Good with their hands, dumb as stumps, and don't mind showing their buns when they bend over. Hey, look what I found.
Wait, a couple things you should know. This is Mr. Lewis. He won't be any trouble. He's just sort of quiet. And that's Smokey. He fancies himself a ladies' man. Sort of the rooster of our little hen house. Whatever you do, don't dance with him. He'll put the moves on anybody.
Smokey, I want you to meet my daughter.
Drawings and my poems, we might go into the greeting card business together?
No, I'm thinking about a place out at the beach where the waves break so hard
They knocked the bathing suits right off the men coming out of the water. Come on, maybe we can salvage the rest of this.
Messages.
Oh, thank you.
If you have to go out tomorrow, ask those crybabies not to call during the young and the restless.
Mr. Viner's depressed. Mrs. Gibson's despondent. Mr. DeValier's been deported.
Oh, hello. This is Dorothy Zbornak. I'd like to confirm my reservation on flight 505 to Orlando. Now, let's go over the arrangements I made to have...
Green team makes a miraculous comeback and wins the game! Oh, Blue team, we don't want you to go away empty-handed. You have $400, that's $100 apiece, and you have the home version of Grab That Dough, which attaches to any vacuum cleaner. Thank you for being with us.
Cram it, you were pulling my leg. I don't think I could drink that much sake.
Sit down. Maria Gianelli, Rose Nyland, Rose Nyland? Rose, what are you doing?
Hello, how do you do?
Hey, has anyone ever told you you are the spitting image of Miss Dinah Shore?
No. Oh, you're putting me on.
Of course he is. And Daddy, this is Dorothy.
I'm sorry.
Question number 1. Was the object you saw more triangular or cylindrical?
No, triangular.
Was it blue in color?
Yes.
Did it leave a faint trail of yellow exhaust?
Yes, it did.
Very good. Ms. Bornak, there's a perfectly simple explanation for what you saw.
Well, I always knew that.
I'd like to pay more. So, $9,000.
Come on, let's go call Ma. Ma, we got it. We own a DeKimmel.
Even though he was a terrible man, I feel guilty. Find out where we can send flowers.
Send flowers to yourself. The Yutz is gonna make it.
I did it out of spite because you lost the pre-measured cup off my NyQuil.
Rose, I took your stupid cup. And you know why? Because I feel lousy. And being mean to you makes me feel better.
Dorothy Zbornak, you can go straight to H-E double hockey sticks.
I'm sorry, Blanche. I've given you some really bad advice here. Look, Stanley, if you're here to beg me again to go to that reception, forget it.
Hey, Stanley Zbornak does not beg, okay? I'm a man. I have my self-respect.
Away with it.
Same reason a dog licks himself, Dorothy. Because he can.
Where's Stan?
That wasn't Stan at the door.
Oh, who was it?
Now, Dorothy, just stay calm. Just relax. Now, don't do anything you'll be... She's right, Dorothy. Barbara is not very nice. I mean, she looks down on everybody except you, and that's only because you look up to her.
Oh, come on, now that is ridiculous,
You
Rose.
just don't notice how she uses her intelligence to make everybody else look stupid. Like tonight at supper when she asked us to pass the salt in Latin. Oh, I think she cares more about words.
I'm gonna hate myself for asking, but, whatever happened to Lars's missing leg?
Oh, they found it at the annual Edelweiss in Jarlsberg Choral Festival. Uncle Bennett used it to beat off the wolves when he was setting up the bleachers.
Just as I said.
We interrupt this dream for a special news report.
Elements.
No, it doesn't, Blanche. That's where I put my creamsicle down this afternoon when I answered the phone. See, it rubs right off.
Fine, Cupcake. Thanks for asking.
Dorothy, I know you're in there.
How long have they been gone?
Over 4 hours.
You don't think anything happened to
Oh,
them?
no. I think they probably just stopped to rest.
Yeah, or maybe they're looking for something to carry the water.
What is 8 times 6? Okay, now that we have a few minutes. I think Rose made 2 very good points. 1, not all psychotics are dangerous. And 2, honey, you have to let go.
Now, Sophia, I was getting ready to go to the shelter. What are you doing here?
Angelo, you're my big brother. I can only come to you. I'm in trouble.
Then the boy will marry you.
Trust me, Rose. Drink it. Slowly. That's right. Down the hatch. We call this Sicilian Sominex. Now, you might feel a slight tingling, but believe me, you'll sleep like a baby.
Give us a few minutes, please.
5 minutes more, then I've got to bury Mr. Pincus.
You see,
Is there a Blanche Hollingsworth here?
He's been killed.
Arrested.
What?
He gave me this to give to you. He's a bigamist, ma'am. He's wanted in 4 states. He's got 6 wives.
Jeremy. Well, nice to meet you, Jeremy.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Won't you
too.
come in, sit down?
Thank you. Oh, you have a lovely home here.
Thank you. You seem like a very nice young man.
Oh, he is a very nice young man.
Becky, was she talking to you?
I'm sorry.
Hors d'oeuvres are now being served.
Oh, Jeremy, I want you to meet my mother's friends. This is Dorothy, Sophia.
You know, girls, I've been thinking. Ever since Mel and I met, I always figured he'd be around when I needed him, but I never thought about his needs. All I cared about were mine. And I just always figured he'd be available, and he was. Oh, girls, he's always been there for me. I just took him for granted.
Oh, honey, don't...
Got it?
Sneeze here.
And you need something new. Oh, I have this other handkerchief from St. Olaf. This one's never been used.
Thanks again, Rose.
And something borrowed. Dorothy, I want you to have my best bracelet.
Oh, Blanche.
I made it as fast as I could. I just couldn't believe you forgot the peanut butter vanilla ice cream. That's Mario's favorite. I was so sure chocolate was his favorite. That's why I brought it this morning. Oh, my goodness me. Obviously, we all need to lose a few pounds. And we might as well start right now. It's still 2 weeks until Phyllis's party.
Oh, but how?
We could try another health club.
Oh, no way, Rose. I'm sure you have...
That's 2 weeks. You ought to see a doctor.
Blanche is right. You should see a doctor.
It's just indigestion. And I'm a little tired from working hard.
Oh, come on, Rose. You're playing with your health here. You're crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy, am I? You think I'm crazy, do you? Well, I'll tell you something else. In St. Olaf, we don't believe in
A fat woman with a wooden leg and a totally hairless cat named Cincinnati Jake.
No.
Then I don't remember her.
Oh, Ma, look at this. A list I made of things I wanted to do with my life.
You know, I had a list like that, and I've done most of them. Except will generate little interest.
Oh, Blanche, it's a terrific idea.
That's a terrific idea.
We're going to hire an Elvis impersonator for our next club meeting.
Dorothy, if you were picking out an Elvis impersonator, how would you pick a good one?
I'd thump on his belly and see if he's right. How the hell should I know? And why the hell should I care?
It's really nice.
He is. We've had a wonderful time together these past few weeks. You know, girls, I really like him. And I think he likes me.
Just don't ruin it and sleep with him.
Of course not, Ma. I only do that with men I plan to scar psychologically.
Dorothy, if we were both 25, I could wait, but I need someone in my life now.
Are you sure that you want to marry me, or are you just afraid to be alone?
Who wants to be alone?
Nobody. I don't. But if you're marrying me because I happen to be...
Dry dishes with his feet. We used to laugh and carry on and have such a happy time.
What is it with you people? All you ever had were happy times? It's sickening. Happy times freezing in the cold. Happy times during the locust invasion. Happy times eating reindeer. How about death?
Aren't you suddenly the life of the party? This place gives me the creeps.
But look, Blanche, see how much fun everybody's having?
Yeah, right now, but wait till they hear Glenn Miller's dead.
He's not dead. He's missing.
Stop complaining, Blanche. Look at all the available men here.
Rose, before I give you mine, I just want to ask you one question. It may seem a little odd, but it has a lot to do with your gift. Has Miles started wearing bikini underwear lately?
Blanche, please, the Pope is in town.
I'm serious.
Actually,
Pretty one, yes. Filomena Del Nero. She was from our village.
Is she the one whose father used to stand outside of town, drink Chianti, and play with a top all day?
Yes. He lived with us for 2 years after we get married. Thank God he drank himself to death.
Ma. He's not old. He's a perfectly healthy young man.
Just be home before midnight, Dorothy.
Excuse me, sir.
Go away.
Just a minute.
Next day, she sat me down, gave me a stern lecture, and kicked me out of school. Only I didn't care. I knew what ecstasy was. All she could do was walk around with a dictionary on her head. All right, look, maybe you don't feel like talking to me or to each other, but at least talk to your children. Tell
Your next cheesecake.
How dare she imply that I overeat? Makes me so mad. Oh, Don, we're out of Chips Ahoy. I'm going to get out of this girdle and go...
Here, taste these. I'm conducting a pizza challenge. One of these is mine, one is Mama you-know-who's. Taste them and tell me which you like better. If I'm right, this could be worth millions. My face could be in every freezer in America.
A, definitely.
Yep, hey.
Hey, without a...
Shut up and put your hair on.
Yes, dear. Wendell, if I may call you Wendell, did I mention the fact that I'm a member of the Rainbow Coalition?
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Bornak, may I remind you that as an employee of the Internal Revenue Service, it is my sole obligation to see that the government gets all the money.
Blanche, look at all these flowers.
Oh, my God. Who died? Did one of us die?
They're mine, Sophia. They're from a secret admirer.
Ma, look, I got flowers. 2 bouquets of lousy, stinking flowers.
Hi, Dorothy.
Rose, there's something we have to talk about. There was an article in today's paper.
The one about the UFO being a secret bomber?
I'm sorry, Rose.
Sorry for what? Just because that one bomber wasn't a UFO doesn't mean we should stop watching for others.
And she's upset because Jimmy Swaggart can't cover his motel bill.
Of course I'm upset about Al. I don't know what to do.
Well, I know what I'd say if a man asked me to sail around the world.
Please, you can't get anybody to ask you out for a cup of coffee.
You know, you are being very small-minded.
You know, a wise philosopher once said, there are no small minds, just big heads.
What the hell does that mean?
I'm not sure. Come to think of it, it wasn't a philosopher, it was Rose.
Why? Balance.
Rose, why don't they just carry 13 in each hand?
Excuse me, I have to make a phone call. Just give me the gift.
Rose, open your eyes.
Oh my God, it's a dog! Oh, you gave me a
dog! Yeah, we picked him out down at the shelter. His name is Jake.
Oh, he's adorable.
Just checking. You never know. Tell me, how is Blanche?
She didn't go to work again today. It's been 3 weeks and she just sits in her room. The museum's gonna fire her.
Well, we've tried everything. Golf, the movies, theater tickets.
You and Miami's own Sophia Petrillo.
He's way behind in the polls, but the election is 2 days away and a lot can happen in 2 days.
Well, I, for one, am going to do everything in my power to get Gil elected.
Oh, fine, you can start by taking this folder he left over to his house.
On the other hand, why should I deprive Rose of a chance to be...
I remembered she left, thanks to you, Dorothy.
You had late night talks with my mother?
All the time.
And she gave you hard candy?
No. I'd ask, but she was always afraid I'd choke on it.
Why didn't somebody tell me it was dinner time?
Ma, it's not dinner, it's the middle of the night. This is all a big show. I am sure that under all these smiles, you people have to be aware that life can be pretty miserable sometimes. Come on, Melanie.
I am sorry you feel that way, but at least be open enough to hear what we have to say.
Fine.
I think everybody sweep the clothes on the rocks, not the dishes.
No wonder they broke.
Okay, who wants to go shopping? It's a little early for that, isn't it, Renee?
Then we're going out to eat. It's either shopping or eating. Take your pick.
You didn't talk to him.
I couldn't.
Oh.
George was on call all weekend. 3 heart attacks.
You girls were right about getting Miles on my turf. Oh, Blanche, and I'm really grateful for you steering the table talk to things I know about.
Well, you ought to be. It wasn't that easy working natural fertilizer into the dinner conversation. What are you planning next?
I don't know.
Get him on a couch made out of Corinthian leather?
The woman has such lofty ambitions.
Thanks for the suggestion, Sophia, but there's really nothing Enrique Mas can do. They have the legal right to cut off the pension. No, I'll just have to get out there tomorrow.
कामाची धामाची माझी दौंडी उठवली कामाची धामाची माझी दौंडी उठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय ती येईना तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय ती येईना पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इतक्यात आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमात पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमात पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली स्नॅप चॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली स्नॅप चॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली उशिरा का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली चिंता मिटवली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली सोशल मीडियावरती भावानं पोरगी पटवली सोशल मीडियावर